Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to the Kwings Let's Plays channel and more Injustice 2
Versus! Yeah!
Today we are playing Darkseid versus Snydercut's Wonder Woman. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Injustice arrives. And special shoutouts to all our members, including our ultimates. If you guys want to join up, all you got to do is click right here, select the tier that'll work best for you.
Awesome.
So, we're talking about some Snydercut stuff today, as well as the cancellation of the New Gods movies starring Darkseid, but not Darkseid from the Snydercut. So, yeah,
interesting.
Nobody knows what's going to happen to the, you know, the main villain of the DCEU now. Let's see. I thought they had, we could go to Metropolis. I thought they had Apocalypse in this. I guess not. Okay, we'll just go to Metropolis. Why not? Have Darkseid hanging out in the bar. Because reasons. Darkseid, you know, he traveled all across the multiverse to get a good drink. Right, Darkseid?
Lord of Apocalypse.
I am Lord of all I survey.
Not for long. Begin.
I liked his voice in the new movie. It sounded pretty freaky.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, apparently the origin of Uxis or
Uxis or Uzis.
Yeah, whatever. The person who became Darkseid after getting like the Omega power or whatever. He's the character that appeared in the Snydercut's like opening, you know, where Steppenwolf originally appeared and like laid waste to the humans and stuff like that. So everybody was complaining like, hey, if Darkseid is so strong, how did he get wrecked so badly on Earth by a bunch of nobodies?
But were they really nobodies though?
Well, I mean, they weren't a bunch of nobodies. There was Zeus, and you had Athena, and Ares, and some other people. Plus, you had the Atlanteans. All these people. But Darkseid was not Darkseid yet. He was Uxis or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
So he didn't have the Omega powers at all. Of course, the Omega powers being his Omega beams and things like that. That hardly ever miss.
Oh wow, so he became way more powerful
after he got his butt kicked. So he found out that the anti-life equation was on Earth, and that planet became his prize, but he got beat so badly by Ares and the other gods, and the Green Lantern, even though he killed the Green Lantern, like, pretty hardcore.
Yep.
It was a lot different than how Steppenwolf took down the Green Lantern in his universe. Or,
interesting.
Well, yeah, because Steppenwolf is a different Steppenwolf in the Snydercut, so...
Oh,
technically it is multiverse. But... yeah,
multiverse as in completely different, like, directors.
Yeah. So, they said that Darkseid is supposed to be the multiverse or whatever, like, there's only one Darkseid.
Oh, wow. So...
Hate is the foundation of my empire.
But sometimes you need to crack skulls.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, you're saying he's like outside of like...
He's outside of time and the multiverse, yep.
Oh, that's crazy though.
Yep. But anyway, he got his butt kicked because he didn't have his Omega powers, and he was supposed to be a fledgling new god. From, like, not New Genesis, but Apocalypse or whatever. And the first planet he tried to conquer was, well, I mean, one of the first planets. We don't know how many Uxis or Uzis or whatever ended up actually conquering before he arrived on Earth. But after he was, you know, soundly defeated on Earth, it is said that he conquered over 100,000 worlds and turned them to dust. So that's a very different Darkseid that appears at the beginning of the Snyder... well, not the beginning, like the 5,000 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. And just so you guys know, like, people have told online that the way you pronounce the name, we've looked on forum sites and
Jim Lee says it different.
Comic videos and everything, and some people say Uxis, some people say Uxis, some people say Uzis, some people say, you know, Uzas.
But we all can agree that his name is Darkseid.
yeah, exactly. So...
oh no. I blocked! Oh, no I didn't.
So anyway,
yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, the movie that Uxis or whatever was supposed to appear in was canceled, and now nobody knows what the direction of Darkseid is going to be, because apparently Warner Brothers was not happy that Darkseid was going to appear in the original version of the Justice League, because they were saving his introduction because they were trying to do the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe thing with his own movie.
Came in.
Right. So they were going to tease his origins first in his own solo movie. And Zack Snyder, of course, already had his Darkseid cast in the Justice League movies.
But, like, you could always just, like have him in the background, and then, like, you could have, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of not communication between people, and...
Well, the thing is, he's already established now, so you could just have him show up and, you know, arrive and mess with different DC heroes eventually.
Yeah, the whole thing I don't understand about this whole thing with WB and DC is, like, what I kind of was saying before when they chopped up Justice League at the first place, was that, you know, like, how would they not know after so many weeks or months of filming that he had Darkseid in his movie? Like, why wouldn't they at the get-go be like, hey, you can't have him? Like, I don't understand why...
Well, no, they needed a way to get rid of... I don't even remember how they got rid of Zack. Zack left because of a personal tragedy, and then they basically chopped up his movie.
Yeah.
Because his movie was in the VFX stages, like where they were putting things together. Because we saw a bunch of cool footage from Snyder's Cut in 2016. Like his different trailers, you know, Unite the Seven, which was teasing Green Lantern and all this other stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep, Green Lantern was supposed to be Jon Stewart in this version.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So...
And Kilowog.
So that's never gonna happen then, or...
Well, I mean, Zack's thing is kind of hilarious what he said to Warner Brothers. He was like, you know, I want to put Jon Stewart in my movie, and they're like, oh, well, we're gonna do Jon Stewart, and Zack was like, even now... Because he wanted to put him in the Snyder Cut.
They didn't do Jon Stewart, they lied.
Right.
So it would have been better if he put it in.
Right. Even now they're saying, well, we're going to do it. And Zack is like, when? It's now 2020.
So they say they're going to do it. It's like someone who's like, don't do those dishes. I'm going to do them. 5 days later, they never do them.
Yeah.
It's like, that's basically... That's how they are. It's like they say they're going to do it, but then they never have. So basically, if it wasn't for Zack, we wouldn't have all the characters. We probably would have never seen Cyborg,
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, any of those people on the screen.
You would have just gotten Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and probably who knows what else. But yeah, the fact that they're dragging their feet with the whole Green Lantern thing, and now the Darkseid thing. What I'm saying about the whole Darkseid thing, though, is since he's introduced and he is literally on an armada that's going to take a very long time to arrive on Earth to fight people, you could literally have Darkseid, the Justice Society, Black Adam, and the Justice League fight against him almost 10 years from now, if you wanted to. Have a massive multiverse thing.
I mean, I just don't understand. If Zack Snyder works with Warner Brothers and they work together, why couldn't they both decide on a Jon Stewart like actor that they both liked and then both worked with him? I don't understand.
Well, the whole problem with the Snyder Cut thing is Zack Snyder never wanted to make a shared universe. Zack Snyder wanted to do a saga like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And when he means saga, he essentially means like 6 movies, not the new Disney Star Wars crap. Talking like the prequel stuff and the original trilogy. So Zack had a plan that was going to introduce a lot of really interesting characters like the Atom and Martian Manhunter and Green Lantern. And, you know, DC could do whatever they wanted with those characters later, because the plan was always, how Jeff Johns explained it years ago, was Zack Snyder was going to do his thing, and then they, DC and Warner Brothers, was going to do Flashpoint, which everybody wanted them to do, bringing in the Deegan actor to play Thomas Wayne, getting like Ezra Miller and some other people, and a Reverse Flash, all this other stuff, like basically doing basically doing like the Nightmare World, but as Flashpoint. But Zack had different things in mind, and it just, you know, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many people had a lot of great ideas, and they didn't work well together. It's basically what happened.
Too many people with ideas.
Yep, and Zack had a lot of great ideas, but he also upset a lot of bigwigs by killing Dick Grayson and messing up a lot of stuff. Even afterwards, he said, well, the Robin in my universe was going to be Carrie Kelly. And people were like, well, what happened to Dick Grayson then afterwards, after Flashpoint? And he says, oh, after Flashpoint, he'd still be dead. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It's not
No,
Flashpoint. Everybody would come
Flashpoint
back.
Come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did Zack Snyder, was he the one who cast Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
And like Ben Affleck and everybody?
Yep.
Or?
Cast everybody.
Well then, if he did such a great job with that, why didn't they just let him cast Jon Stewart?
He did cast Jon Stewart. There was an actor who played Jon Stewart. They just, what's the word am I looking for? They cut him out of the movie, essentially.
What?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Oh.
So weird.
Why would they do that?
Because they wanted their own Jon Stewart standalone movie, which is never gonna happen.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but they literally had an actor cast to play him, and, you know, a couple years from now, you'll probably see the... What's the word I'm looking for? Probably see the actor who played him, like, you'll get to see his behind-the-scenes stuff. But they basically wrote him out to show, Martian Manhunter, like, meeting Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but, I mean, Green Lantern is one of the core members of the Justice League.
As is Martian Manhunter.
And that's why, well, yeah, you're right, actually, you're right.
Both green guys.
Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, there's a lot of green members of the Justice League, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just, you know, I mean, I always thought that Green Lantern was like, came in first before Martian Manhunter, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But, no, they came out at the same time. Like, Martian Manhunter was a founder, along with Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Flash.
Alright then, yeah, never mind. That's okay then, we have more. So what's going on with that movie then?
The New Gods movie's canceled. It's done. But that movie, I mean, they're blaming Snydercut for the cancellation like crazies on Twitter are, but...
Why? Why would it be his fault? They could just make a movie with the actor he cast.
Right. The movie has been in, like, development, like, Hades for years prior to the Snydercut.
Also, the fact that they made a standalone Joker movie that had nothing to do with any Jokers that were previously cast proves that DC people are completely fine with having a different actor play another character in the same universe, because we just get the multiverse thing.
We are getting the multiverse now,
So,
and Darkseid, I'm saying Darkseid can be that title character that can basically mess with everybody in the DC multiverse. Because he's the only Darkseid.
Honestly, though, like, if you could switch Rachel for Rachel in the Batman, the Dark Knight, or whatever, then you could certainly switch the Darkseid actor if they really don't like Zack Snyder's Darkseid actor.
I mean, he'd look the same, he'd just have a different voice, but...
Exactly.
The guy's voice is perfect. There's no reason...
I know, that's what I don't understand. What is their problem with the actor? He's doing a great job.
Exactly.
That's what I want to know. Like, maybe have the fans decide, have them... Have their Darkseid say a few lines, and have Zack Snyder's Darkseid, and then have everyone vote on Twitter.
I mean, that's what DC is doing right now, is they're doing a vote for, like, basically a bunch of, like, comic series that never would have done well, that was made by some pretty strange individuals. They did a poll, and they're like, okay, we're gonna make one comic based on all these ideas, and most of the really bad stuff that, you know, nobody would buy anyway, people voted against, and people are like, no, this needed to be done because this marks this checkbox and all this other stuff, and DC's like, well, people voted for this. They want either the Superman series, Green Lantern with Kyle Rayner, or they want Superman and Lois, like their adventures, or like a Nightwing book or something else.
Sometimes people just want to... You know, sometimes people just want some people just want a fun story.
Exactly.
They don't want it to be about,
checks and boxes and...
You know, gender, race, or religion, or anything like this. Sometimes people just want... They just don't want to think about that. They just want a story. They just want to
It's also proof it doesn't sell.
They just want to be told a story. That's all they want, is to be happy, be told a nice story.
Yep. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Robin's book is going to win. I voted for Green Lantern because we haven't really seen Kyle Rayner and Kilowog around for a long time. And Kyle Rayner, of course, being the 90s Green Lantern that replaced Hal Jordan. So I totally, you know, threw my lot with that group. Like, yeah, totally, I want to see Kyle Rayner get a new book. Because it's been a long time since the Green Lanterns have had their time in the sun, so to speak, at DC. Because they got rid of, like, one of their very talented... couple of their talented team members over political reasons. Like,
Yeah.
they just, you know, fired people because they're like, oh, you voted for so-and-so, you're fired. And they were the talent behind a lot of the Green Lantern stuff. In fact, they gave us the different spectrums of the Green Lantern things. So there was more than just Green Lantern. They created the purple, the blue, the orange, the red lanterns, all that stuff. Like, they breathed life into the Green Lantern mythos. And then they yeeted them.
I wonder why they do yeet people if they disagree with them politically, because in reality, you're in a different
Earth and her children are
world. Like, it's not the same politics. So even if you think like, oh my gosh, this person will influence this other world, like with their politics, but you're in a completely different world.
And what's funny is that
like,
those people who wrote Green Lantern that they yeeted, like, they didn't interject their political beliefs into the books. They just wrote really good stories. So that, that mindset about having this person around that doesn't believe A, B, and C, which I thought in America we're a place where people of all nationalities and religions and creeds could have different opinions and still work together. That's what being American is, united. But anyway, so the Green Lantern books have sucked for quite a while, and they have the chance of being really good, but at the same time they're going up against a lot of crazies that want their books made that people would never buy anyway. Just they would get like pats on the back on Twitter. So Green Lantern is doing really well. The Robins is doing really well. But we don't know what's really going to happen. But yeah, with the Darkseid stuff, I totally agree that they should bring in, his name's Ray Porter, right? The guy who did Darkseid?
I believe so.
And they should also make the Deathstroke movie, or Deathstroke series, because
I mean,
if I was the guy who, you know, for 4 years was practicing and toning my body and learning all this stuff for the role and, you know, getting ready to do this, I would just say, hey, let him make his series on HBO Max or whatever, because it would literally make money. People want it.
yeah, I mean, like, it's just heartbreaking to, like, be an actor or a director and have all your work just completely cut out of a movie or whatever. It's very like, it has to be difficult.
Ooh, we tied. Fun. Ow.
That's interesting.
It is.
But yeah, so, I mean, like, I don't really know what to say. Like, I don't know their actor that they have. I mean,
they have nobody. There's
then I don't understand what their problem is.
They never even announced who their Darkseid actor would be.
They're not doing a good job. Like, I don't really know how to defend them at this point. This is... Who makes the decisions? DC or Warner Brothers? Or Warner Brothers Video?
For right now, I mean, it's Warner Media, but AT&T is going to come in with the Rock as their hierarchy and just probably restore the Snyder Cut eventually.
Yeah.
The problem is the Snyder Cut was usurped by Godzilla. Like, the numbers for the Godzilla movie, which everybody was counting on, you know, the HBO Max to be impressed with the Snyder Cut numbers. Godzilla is like literally atomic breathing everything. Like, he's close to dethroning Wonder Woman, who only had like 2 million. And, you know, the people like saying, oh, well, Wonder Woman was the biggest movie. It's like, Wonder Woman also released at Christmas time. And the fact that only 2 million people watched on opening week on HBO Max, that's not something to really brag about. Because everybody was home. You know?
I mean, I did like some things about the Wonder Woman, and I always like Gal Gadot, but I had to pause the film like several times and go do something because I was getting like sleepy.
She's better in the Snyder Cut. Her Wonder Woman was more
I didn't like the movie very much, like the 1984 one, because it was just kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to say the word boring, but like I just lost track of like how the movie was exciting.
You didn't even finish it.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think I watched the end of it.
Nope.
Because I just couldn't get through it. I was just like, well, I don't...
Well, I mean, that's going to be coming back to HBO Max soon, like, but that's because the movie has, you know, run its course, obviously.
I mean, what? I mean, there may be some... I mean, I thought some of the beginning was kind of cute. Like, the fact that she was, you know, like, you know, everybody gets to see Superman do cool stuff. It was cute that she, you know, was, like, telling, like, girls and stuff, like, you know, hey, you can be powerful, too. That was kind of cute. But, like, I feel like it gets overdone, you know? Like, sometimes it's like, okay, this is kind of cute sometimes, but sometimes it gets just way overdone. Like, okay, we get the point. Like, you're a woman and you're strong, but you're just way overdoing this. Like, we already understand this point. Like,
yep.
That's how I feel.
My reasoning is, Darkseid's been introduced. If you don't want to do Snyder's vision right now, it doesn't matter. You have your multiverse villain. Whatever you decide to do, whether The Rock's Justice Society becomes a new team or whatever, you have your big bad character that audiences want to see more of. Even though the New Gods movie is canceled, it doesn't matter. You can still bring Darkseid into the cinematic universe, as well as Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter was teased in Man of Steel, you know? Or at least that character everybody knows is Martian Manhunter. So there's a lot of possibilities that you can do down the road. But anyway, guys, this is the last match coming up, and I think that is going to wrap it up. I'm pretty sure that Amber won overall, but not really sure.
I haven't even been keeping track. So
this is for all the marbles, all the multiverse marbles. That's how we're going to go.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just I feel I'm kind of glad the movie got canceled because, like, maybe Zack can make a Darkseid movie eventually. I mean, like,
he's done with DC.
I don't understand why he's actually doing their job for them. They're not. It's like going to somebody's house that's just sitting on their chair and there's like dishes everywhere and they haven't cooked for themselves in months. And they're just like, oh, I'm getting to it. And then you go and you cook for them and you go grocery shopping for them and you pick out things for them to wear and you do everything for them and then you give them everything they need. And then they're just like, no, I was going to wear something different. I was going to cook something different. It's like, but when? Like, that's how I feel. Like, Zack is sitting here doing their job for them and taking care of them almost. Like, he found a great Wonder Woman, he found a great Batman, he found a great Superman, he found, like, a great Cyborg, he found all these people that, you know, he found a great Aquaman. You know, like, he found this great cast, he made a great story that melded together, he got them to meld together, and now all they have to do is make these spin-off movies, and they're set, and they refuse.
Yep.
It's just stupid.
Yep.
It's honestly ridiculous. It's like, oh, well, you know, like, I was gonna do something else. Right, but this is already done for you, so you didn't do it fast enough, so you need to do this now.
I mean, it wouldn't be too late for them to restore the Snyderverse, even if Zack doesn't really want to do it. Like, he has his storyboards. You could get a really good director like James Wan. I don't think Patty Jenkins could do it.
Here's my thing, like, if I was sitting here saying, like today, I keep saying, I'm gonna make soup, and I haven't been able to. If somebody came and brought me this huge thing of soup, I'm not an idiot, I would drink that soup that it's brought to me, even if I was gonna make a different kind. So, that's what I'm saying. They didn't get their stuff in gear, so they should just go with what Zack already did.
Yeah. And we'll see what Black Adam is able to do. But anyway, that was our Darkseid stuff, guys. Let us know what you think about Darkseid's movie being canceled. Do you agree with us that he should be the big multiverse villain for DC going forward, like the next 10 years and beyond? Because, I mean, you have to remember that Darkseid is just an avatar. His real body is, like, beyond time. So he's nearly impossible to kill. You can destroy his avatars as much as you want.
I'm excited to see Darkseid be, you know, blow Marvel fans out of the water and show that he's 1 trillion times more powerful than Thanos.
Oh, easily, yeah.
So.
Yep. In fact, did you know Thanos showed up in the DC universe with the Infinity Gauntlet, and Darkseid just kind of laughed at him because it only works in Thanos' universe.
Oh wow!
Whereas Darkseid is infinite. But anyway, people, that's why DC's always OP. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you guys with more Injustice this week as we resurrect more Black Lightning videos, which we're looking forward to. And we also have a lot of fun streams for you guys later tonight. Thanks so much for watching. And again, tell us, are you happy about the New Gods movie being canceled? Or are you more excited about the possibility of Darkseid from the Snyder Cut, like having reign of the DC Universe? Let us know in the comments. God bless and happy gaming.
See ya!